We made it!
We made it! First trip with the bus, we made it home. Now we get the fun part of washing it and getting it ready. She drove like a champ. Few issues, but easy to fix.
The adventure begins.
That's it.
The seats are coming out.
Piece of cake. Here we are, we got the bus cleared out, got all the seats out, got the AC unit out, got the shelves torn out, took out the heaters in the bus, got it all cleaned up, had the scrapyard come and pick up the scraps, so we recycled it. We're trying to be good with the environment. So the next step, as you can see, we got to clean up the walls here. These got to come off. And then we got to do the flooring.
Here I'm using an angle grinder to cut away the brackets and the other pieces of metal that are attached to the bus that need to come off the roof before we can paint. So here I am removing portions of the rubber membrane to analyze the extent of the damage in the wood, the subflooring that's underneath. Once I determined that the damage was extended further than I anticipated, we decided to go ahead and completely remove the subfloor and redo it. So now that the rubber has been removed, I can continue with the subfloor by removing the wood. I'm using a spade bar, which makes light work of the situation. It wasn't as bad as I anticipated. So with the wood floor removed, we have to fill the holes in the metal floor and treat some of the rust spots. And we elected to do that with Bondo. It was easy to work with and did a very good job. So you're seeing me grinding out the metal around the holes and preparing it to receive the Bondo. Well, here comes the boss. Look like we're doing something. Well, after having a wonderful lunch with my sweetie, we are back to filling more holes. So another day working on the floor. Here we're grinding down the Bondo that we installed, as well as removing a lot of the rust off the floor to prepare it for the rust treatment. So next we're treating the floor with a rust converter, which it recommended not removing all the rust, just knocking off the loose rust. Supposedly this was to convert the rust into a hard shell and restore the metal before painting. We opted to use spray cans. You can get this in gallon cans or 5-gallon cans, but we would have to order that. The spray cans were ready and available, and I'm a little impatient, so we went with the spray cans. So, quick update. We've got the inside floor done, the metal primed, painted, rust treated, all that good stuff. Today we're going to work on putting a moisture barrier down and then also putting in the wood flooring. Getting ready to complete the floor and move on to the next chapter. Here you can see the finished floor after the rust treatment and after the painting. We didn't get an opportunity to film the painting process, but you can see the end result. We did end up getting this in a gallon jugs and rolled it on, which made a nice coat and finish. Here we're also replacing the wooden subfloor, cutting out each individual piece, getting it laid out, ready for the moisture barrier to go on, and then the flooring. Okay, that's it on the deconstruction. Now we get the fun part of putting it all back together again.
So follow along, like and subscribe.
Come along for the journey.